Hello.
Hello.
Are you alright?
Yeah.
What? This, ladies and gentlemen, in case you wondered, is because my comedy career has been flagging a little bit lately, and I wrote off to different promoters and different company comedy clubs and stuff like that. And they said, what it is, mate, you need to start filming your gigs. So, it's a bit awkward, to be honest with you. It's getting. Can I give this to someone? Can I give this to you, sir?
Oh, you look at technical. Yeah,
That's fine. How are you? You alright? I was a bit worried about offending you, but she set the bar pretty fucking high, didn't she? Spud me.
Point it in.
Sideways, please. I don't want to be on that. As we're in the Dylan Thomas Theatre, it's very, obviously it's like it's the heart of Wales, isn't it? Swansea, the heart of Wales? Yeah. I'm going to talk about something Welsh specifically tonight. Talk about love spoons. You all know what love spoons are? Yeah. Just for the benefit of those who don't, I'll just quickly explain. A love spoon traditionally is a gift given by in Wales, given by a man to a woman to express his love for her. What a lot of people don't know is that the intricacy of the carving is determined by the depth of the love that the man feels for the woman he's carving for. So, some of them you see they're beautiful works of art, they're incredible looking things, aren't they? They're amazing. Some not so much. How intricate it is determined by how much he loves it. I think it's a beautiful tradition. It is a lovely tradition, isn't it? Yeah. I'm doing my bit to keep the tradition alive. I carve one with my wife. He's old school, he does jokes about hating his wife. Thank you very much. I'm feeling good about the future later. I'll tell you for why. All my life, yeah, I've been treated like a gullible fool. I'm treated like a gullible, I've been conned, I've been ripped off. But not anymore, because now, I'm the proud owner of a lucky talisman. Right? The guy who sold it to me, he said he promised me it possesses mystical properties that will make sure that I'll never get conned and never get ripped off again. I got it in a pound shop. $1.99. I'll tell you a little bit about me later. I'm being very sarcastic. Just the other day I had a flat tyre. I took my car to the garage. There's a young guy working outside. He drove me and I said, excuse me mate, I've got a flat. He said, what, a flat tyre? I said, no, I'm just very excited to be on the property ladder. I'm sharing my news with everyone. Thank you. I was driving in tonight, I heard a song on the radio called Big Girls Don't Cry. I thought whoever wrote that has obviously never been to a post-Christmas way in a slimming world. I like you. At my birthday recently, my friends took me to a lap dancing club. They're going inside, said it was £20 for one dance. One dance, that's the length of one song. I said, alright, I'll have Bohemian Rhapsody. Which of course is funny because it's a long song. And there's something going on in my house at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. My wife is tired all the time and she vomits every morning. I think we all know what that means, don't we? She's back on the heroin. I sat in the toilet for 3 hours today, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing happened. And then I thought to myself, I don't need this shit. It's nice, this is nice for me. I wasn't actually going to do this tonight. I don't want to put anyone down, but only this morning, believe it or not, I buried my grandfather. He's probably dead now. Yeah, it always splits the room that way. Just to clarify, for anybody who didn't understand, I am joking, he's not dead. I only buried him up to there. They're saying that if the tide's coming. Oh yeah, this is nice. I was reading a magazine this week, there was an article or an interview with the actress Billie Piper. You all know Billie Piper? Yeah. She said after playing Doctor Who's companion for so many years, playing a prostitute has really stretched her. That's what she said. Filthy bastards. There was an interview, there was a photograph in this magazine of 90s rapper Coolio. Do you remember Coolio? There's a photograph of him as he is now. Fuck me, he's put some weight on that boy. Apparently he's been living in a gangster's paradise. Fuck it, go on, it deserves it, There was another one about the woman who wrote the vagina monologues. Do you all know what the vagina monologues are? Yeah, for those of you that don't, they're a little bit like this, someone rambling into a microphone. Sorry. But yeah, in this interview, a friend of hers, it said that she was a compulsive liar. She was a compulsive liar, whereas when she was younger, as one friend put it, she used to talk out of her arse. It's good to see she's turned things around, isn't it? Yes, smart ass. It's nice that you're laughing, Agent, and I really appreciate that, because I do get very nervous on stage. I get very nervous on stage. I wouldn't say that I'm shitting myself, because I think that's a bit vulgar. I prefer to say that I'm emitting three-dimensional farts. I think my nervousness stems from having a lack of confidence and very low self-esteem. I have got very low self-esteem, but it's so low, in fact, that my idea of fantasizing during sex is to close my eyes and pretend that I'm someone else. My lack of confidence was compounded recently when I was a victim of identity theft and the thieves gave it back. It doesn't help, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm not a successful man, and I'm not a successful man. This was made painfully clear to me recently when I attended a swingers party. Everybody in the room had to put their car keys into a bowl. My bus passed through like a sore thumb. I know some of you are thinking, hang on, that's a bit inconsistent. He said earlier, listen to a song on his car radio, it had a flat tyre, and I was making out in a car. And you're right, it isn't inconsistent, but what I say to you people is fuck off. Just fuck off and let me do my job. But, yeah, but despite all these failings, ladies and gentlemen, I managed to persuade a woman to marry me. Good, you didn't applaud, it's condescending when people do that. I actually met my wife speed dating. Give me a cheer if you've ever been speed dating. Fuck off, that's a pity cheer. I know a pretty cheer around here. I actually did meet my wife speed dating. I remember the night very well. It was a Friday the 13th, but that's not really relevant because I'm not superstitious and touch wood I never will be. Doing a great job of filming over there. But so yeah, I met speed dating. It was a strange night because she sat opposite me, my wife. She wasn't my wife then, obviously, that would have been weird. But she was a perfect stranger at the time, and she said, pick 5 words to describe yourself. I said, I'm inarticulate. Those of you who get that joke, congratulations. Those of you that don't, congratulations means well done. But yeah, but when I first started going out, it was new to me. I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want you to judge me, but I didn't have any experience with women. The only experience I'd had with a woman up until that point had been with an escort. I ask you not to judge me, I feel that you're judging me, right? Do bear in mind, I was an 18-year-old virgin and I could not get laid for love nor money. That's not strictly true, is it? I was an 18-year-old virgin, I could not get laid for love. I saw an advert. It said, woman offers full girlfriend experience, £100. I was on a YTS at the time, I remember YTS, £32.50 a week for a 4-hour week. I saved up my money, I didn't go out. I saved it all up and I phoned this number. I said, hello? I spoke very differently back then. Hello, I'm phoning about the full girlfriend experience. She said, have you got £100? I said, yes. She said, be at this address tomorrow night to bring the money with you. So I went and knocked on the door. This beautiful woman opened the door, Brenda. She opened the door, she stood there with silk negligee. I said, I'm here for a full girlfriend experience. She said, £100. So I gave her the money. She lured me inside. She locked the front door. She went into the lounge. She sat down on the sofa. She went into a deep sulking silence and had to spend the next 2 hours working out what it was that I'd said wrong. That put me in good stead, as it turned out. That's exactly what it's like, isn't it? But, so that was my only point of reference when I started going out with my wife, then girlfriend. So I didn't really know what to do. For our first date, I took for ice cream at the seaside. Isn't that romantic? Yeah. It's certainly cheap. That was my main motivation, to be honest with you. Took for ice cream at the seaside. I was a perfect gentleman. I put a rug down on the beach. I said, you sit there, my love. You wait there. I'll go get them. What would you like? I remember vividly. She looked up at me all coquettish and shy. She said, oh, surprise me. So I didn't get one. She looked more annoyed than surprised. But yeah, yeah, that was a long time ago. Now, has anybody here been married or in a relationship for a long time? Just any kind of vocal acknowledgement will do. Yeah. You'll probably attest that when you're in a relationship or married for a long time, that the sex does dwindle. It does dwindle. It gets a bit boring because it's the same. It's like having spaghetti bolognese. It's your favourite meal. You have it every night. You have it every night. It gets to be a bit shit. So, she's not here. Yeah, so after a long time, it does get a bit boring. When we first got together, we were sexual animals, and I'm not embarrassed to tell you that. We were her especially, she was a voracious and violent lover. She would grab me by the collars like this, and she said, "I want you. I fucking want you." I'm serious. I was a bit slimmer then, and so I didn't let myself go so much. But she doesn't say that anymore. The most seductive thing she says to me these days, ladies and gentlemen, is, "Do you want to try and have sex?" Do you want to try? She uses those words deliberately because she's right. It is a chore, and there's an element that I suppose there's a chance that it's not going to work because we're not that interested. Case in point, the other night there was nothing on telly, the kids were in bed, and we decided to give it a go. Didn't really work out. She wasn't really aroused. I wasn't really aroused. The best way I can think to describe it to you, ladies and gentlemen, is that it was like trying to push a flump through a polo mitt. Yeah, you probably shouldn't laugh so much at that because it is actually very painful for the flump. I did that bit in Devon a couple of weeks ago, and I was met. There's a room about this size with this many people, and I was just met with a wall of stony silence. I thought, what? Why? That's quite a funny guy. I said, do you not have those here, polo mints? He said, "No, I got polo mints, mate, but what the fucking hell's a flump?" So I was describing really, it's a small marshmallow sweetener that looks like a flaccid penis. But yes, sex life is dwindling. We're trying to lighten things up. We're going to nudist convention next month. Yeah? We're hoping to. I don't know what day it's on yet, but we will go if we've got nothing on. We went to a wife swapping party recently. I made a bit of a schoolboy out, a bit of a faux pas. I didn't realise it was just for the 1 month. I looked like an idiot turning up with all those suitcases. But yeah, marriage, it is a difficult thing. Last year especially, it was very difficult for my wife and I. Again, I don't want to bring the mood down, but her poor father passed away. Absolutely, truly. Her poor father passed away. And it was a really difficult time for me especially, because his funeral fell on the day of the Six Nations rugby final. I know what you're thinking, ladies and gentlemen. You're thinking, selfish bastard. And to be honest with you, that was my initial response as well. He didn't have a choice. Now I love the rugby, my wife knows this. She said, "Look, I know you love the rugby, but this is my father's funeral we're talking about. Why don't we compromise, meet me in the middle, why don't we record it and watch it together in the night?" I said, "All right." It's a bit morbid though, isn't it? I got the wrong end of the stick, lady. She wanted to record the rugby, of course. I went to the funeral, of course, I did, begrudgingly. When I got there, I saw her mother. She was dressed head to toe in black. She was wearing a veil. She was bawling her eyes out. I looked at her and said, "Morning." As soon as I had said it, I realised how inappropriate it was. It had gone 12 o'clock. I missed my window for the morning. Which in hindsight is why I think she didn't laugh. I tried to console her. I said, "Look, at least you had a good innings." She said, "A good innings? What are you talking about? He was 51. I said, "Yes, well, I'm shit at cricket." But it sounds disrespectful. It sounds like I'm being disrespectful. I'm not. I love my mother-in-law. She's a fantastic woman. She's a beautiful woman. I love her to bits. She is a lot posher than I am, though. A hell of a lot posher. I learned this to my great expense. I was having dinner at her house one night, and I farted at the dinner table. I know, a cardinal sin. I farted at the dinner. She was mortified. She looked at me again. She said, "Robert! In this house, if a person wishes to break wind, it's expected that they leave the room in order to do so." I said, "Leave the room to fart? There are members of my family that wouldn't give a load of shit. Well, I think this is all right. If you were his mother, I don't mind. It's nice to have friends. Yeah, she's a lot posher. And I learned when I was at her house on Halloween, and I'd never seen this before. 2 kids knocked on the door. I opened the door, they said, trick or remuneration. I didn't know what remuneration was, so I said trick, and they pounded me with quail's eggs. I think this is going all right. I think this is nice. Are we friends? Now, I'm going to share some news with you on that basis. I wasn't going to do this because I'm quite a private person, but fuck it, I'm going to do it. I've just become a father, ladies and gentlemen, for the 2nd time. No, don't applaud, he wasn't planned. I'm not even convinced it's the second one, to be honest with you. I know the statement doesn't make sense, so I'll explain. What I mean is I'm not convinced that the one we've got at home is mine. I'm not, because he looks nothing like me. Nothing like me whatsoever. And I think he's got his doubts. I think he's got his suspicions. And the reason I say this, and I know this sounds neurotic, but I swear to you, the first time he said Daddy, he meant it as a question. I'll tell you a little bit about this boy, right? There's no polite way of me saying it. He's a fucking lunatic. He's a lunatic. Has anyone here got young children? Yeah. Would you agree with me that young children are basically small, crazy people? Yeah. I'll give you an example of the kind of insane lunacy I have to put up with from this boy on a daily basis, right? The other day I was sat in a lounge, I was watching TV, he came running in, stark bollock naked. Now I'm not a bad parent, right? I had dressed him 20 minutes earlier, but he thought, fuck it, I'm having a new day. He stood right in front of me, right in front of my line of vision. He's staring at me, gurning like this, and he just starts stretching his genitals. I mean, really stretching. 999 on speed dial in case they came off in an hour. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to expect, but I know what I didn't expect was what came out of his mouth next. He's looking at me like this, and he just says, "Do you want to go to Legoland?" I couldn't say no to that. Could you say no to that? I'm not going to ask you, certainly not in that fashion, but...
I'll tell you that segment.
We're going next week. We're going next week. He's like, he's like, yeah, definitely Legoland, we've got to go. What worries me though, if that's his strategy to get to Legoland, what's he going to do when he wants to go to Disney? So yeah, I'm married, kids, life's a bit boring. That's really the reason I took up stand-up comedy, so I get out of the fucking house for a bit. Because I went at home and there's nothing doing. Two things to do, watch DVDs and use the computer. Now, I'm just going to assume that most of you or all of you are on Facebook. Yeah? These days, it's kind of like asking has everybody got a face, really, isn't it? There's one guy in the corner with no face. I say it, guys, it's difficult to tell. But, yeah, so on the computer, Facebook I do like, actually. I think it's an interesting sort of social device. And what does concern me is that people have invested too much belief in Facebook's ability or power to change society. Remember a couple of years ago, there was a campaign on Facebook to get Rage Against the Machine to the Christmas #1 spot? Yeah? That's a feasible goal, that's an achievable aim. I was invited the other day to join a Facebook press group to get Robert Mugabe out of Zimbabwe. That's not going to happen, right? That's just unrealistic. But I tell you what else I saw. There was a hate group for Robert Mugabe. I thought this is worth having. It's a platform for people to express their opinions and vent speed a little bit. That's fine. I have to apologise in advance to anybody who's offended by this because I don't like this word itself. But this is what the group was called. It's called Robert Mugabe's the Cunt, right? And it had 125 members. Facebook has God knows how many billion users. Apparently only 125 of those hit the Robert Mugabe. Now, there is another group called Robert Mugabe is a complete cunt, but it's only got 15 members. So, my thinking is there some kind of selection criteria at work here? Are people going online and
went, oh, what's this? Robert McGrath is a cunt. The man's a despot and a slave, and there's no denying that, I'll join that. But what's this? Robert McGrath is a complete cunt. A bit harsh.
It's insane. Yeah, the other thing we do is watch DVDs. We watch a really old one the other night called Indecent Proposal. Do you all know that film? Yeah. The basic premise of the film is Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore play a married couple, and Demi Moore is offered $1 million to spend the night to sleep with Robert Redford, who plays this kind of billionaire. Now, any men with married men or men with girlfriends in the room, let me give you some advice. If your wife or partner ever asks you the question, if somebody offered me £1 million to sleep with them, would you want me to do it? There's only one correct response. And it's not the response that I gave. Which was, I wouldn't want you to do it. I would expect you to, though. It's £1 million. It's life-changing for one cock. She might get drunk and have one up her anyway, do you know what I mean? But she said to me, she said, I can't believe it. She went position. I can't believe you expect me to do that. I cannot believe you expect me to sleep with a man for £1 million. I said, he's not some tramp off the street. He's a billionaire playboy. He's handsome. And it doesn't make any difference whether he's rich, successful, and handsome and attractive. That's not the point. What would you say if Carmen Electra said to you, would you sleep with her for £1 million? I said, I'd say no. I haven't got £1 million. I'm going to tell you one story before I go. This has been really, really nice for me, I'll be honest with you. This has been really nice because this is one of the rare occasions I get to be in a pub and not get approached. I know this isn't a politically correct thing to say, but I haven't been approached by the nutter in the pub. Now, do you all know what I mean when I talk about the nutter in the pub? You're all looking at me like I am the nutter in the pub. Possibly I am, who knows. There's another bit of a nutter magnet. This is absolutely true. I was sitting in a pub one time, I was waiting for a friend, I was having a beer, I was reading a paper, and this guy came up to me, he said, excuse me, can I have this seat? I said, yes you can, and while we're at it, can I just say that you sound a lot like I did when I was 18 years old? He said, and he grabbed a pint glass on the table, he said, can I have this glass? I said, yeah, of course you can. And he took the glass, and then he reached into his bag, ladies and gentlemen, and I thought, oh love him, he's hard up, he's a bit skinny, he's brought some cans into the pub to save some money, hasn't he? He hasn't got much money, so he bought cans in. And he did have cans in his bag. He pulled out a can of Big Soup, which is a bit weird. He poured it into his pint glass, he drank half of it, and he looked at me, he smiled. I remember he had a little bit of carrot between his teeth. And he asked me a question I would defy any man or woman in this room to say no to. He said, would you like to see my time machine? You're not going to say no to that, are you? I said, I'd love to see your time machine. I was gutted then when he said, I haven't got it with me. Damn! I haven't got it with me, but I have got a manual. He reached back into his bag and he pulled out this book. And in this book, it was a beautiful book, it was ring bound and it was full of these impeccably drawn diagrams of his time machine. And they were amazing. I was really impressed. It was as though Leonardo da Vinci himself had drawn these diagrams, right? And I said, mate, this is fantastic. How does it work? Now this is a Friday night, right? He said, it's simple. You get in there, you type the date you want to go to, and it takes you there. So I said, as I said, it's Friday night. I said, right, so if I got in there and I typed in next Friday's date, it would take me there, like that. So not just like that, no. It would take about a week. Ladies and gentlemen, can I just say the success of any comedy event really does rest on the shoulders of its audience, and you have been fantastic, so give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you very much for listening.